Yeehaw, soldiers! It's your boy, the Anime Sage, coming to another video, and this is the debut of a new series, me reading one of my favorite fanfics of all time, besides Legacy, the Uzumaki Tales, Return of the Whirlpool, and for this first episode, I'll be reading the first 3 chapters. So this should be fun, but before we get into this, first off, watch my community tab like a hawk, that is really important. Second of all, What If Kakashi Was in Chia will be coming this week, as well as some other stuff I have planned for this week, so stay tuned for that. Donate to my Patreon if you want some nice rewards, and if you want to watch my podcast, follow me on Twitch, and finally, follow me on Twitter at AnimeStage4, Instagram _Stage4, and of course, join my Discord server. I will give you all reasons to follow/join us at the end of the video, so watch until the end. And now, in terms of the last bit usual checklist, well, we can't get to it since it's a new series. So, instead, I'll read a bit of the background before we get into chapter 1. This entire family will be split into 3 books. Book 1 will be dealing with the formation of Team 7 and Naruto kind of making a deal with a certain QB, but we'll get into that when the time comes. Book 2 will deal with Naruto and Jiraiya's train trip, and it'll be a lot different compared to the original canon, trust me about that. And Book 3 will be dealing with Part 2 of Naruto, but there isn't a full description of that yet because Book 3 is not finished at this point. And neither is his fanfic, and it is 95 chapters so far, which is longer than Legacy. Yep, this is going to be a ride. And for pairings, the original canon pairings, plus a new pairing in Shino X Fu. So that should be fun. Finally, if you want to read this fanfic by Jay Briz, who has worked on this for 8 years, I will leave a link to the original fanfic in the description, so you can read for yourself if you don't want to listen to my voice, and experience this fanfic's greatness for yourself. Alright, with all that out of the way, let's get right into the first chapter of the Uzumaki Tales, Return of the Whirlpool, Chapter 1, This Year's New Getting Teams. Here we go. Chapter 1, This Year's New Getting Teams. Today was the day. Today was March 5th. The day that this year's class would finally end their time in the academy and become full-fledged ninja of the village. The graduation exams had been held just 2 days ago, with all but one student graduating. This student was Uzumaki Naruto. Naruto was the village prankster and the class clown. He was also considered the dead last of the class, and everyone thought of him and is proclaiming that he would become Hokage as a complete and utter joke. No matter how much Naruto tried, he couldn't manage to succeed for some reason. Even the simplest jutsu, such as the clone jutsu, were too much for Naruto, and as such, Iruka was reluctantly forced to fail Naruto. Iruka didn't want to fail the blonde child that he had become emotionally attached to, but seeing as the child had failed to perform even the simplest jutsu, he was forced to decide that Naruto was not quite ready to be a ninja. Frankly, Iruka was beginning to doubt that Naruto would ever be able to graduate. And then that event happened. On the evening of March 3rd, Naruto stole the Forbidden Scroll ceiling as an attempt to earn some extra credit and pass the exam. It was on this night that Iruka and Naruto did battle with the traitorous Mizuki, one of the now former academy teachers. It was also on this night that Naruto finally learned why his life had practically been a living hell. He was the Kyuubi no Kitsune, or rather, the Kyuubi was sealed inside of him. Just under 12 years ago, the Kyuubi no Kitsune attacked the village, resulting in many deaths and a great deal of destruction. Seeing no other way to defeat the beast, the Odaime Hokage, the greatest shinobi of his time, sealed away the great beast into a newborn infant. This infant was Uzumaki Naruto. Now, Naruto wasn't a Kyuubi, nor was he some manifestation of the Kyuubi. The Odaime had made one last wish, that Naruto be regarded as a hero of the village for keeping the Kyuubi at bay. Unfortunately, the Ondaime's dying wish was ignored, and the village began to torment the child. This upset the Ondaime Hokage, who had returned to his former position after the death of his successor, and many laws were enacted. The most notable was to forbid the village from even mentioning the Kyuubi. Unfortunately, this resulted in the village shunning Naruto. leaving him to contemplate why the village hated him. What was worse was that the child was an orphan, not knowing the love that only a parent could give him. Whenever he would ask the Sandaime about his parents, the Hokage would just bypass the answer to the question by saying they were great people. This and the shroud of secrets surrounding Naruto only served to further the young child's misery. And then it happened. After years of constantly failing to master even the simplest of jutsus, Naruto finally did it. In a time where his and his sensei's lives, one of the few people who would actually acknowledge him, were on the line, Naruto finally performed the clone jutsu, or rather, the shadow clone jutsu. This was a Jonin level technique that told Iruka enough. Naruto was in fact ready to become a ninja. As such, Iruka decided to pass Naruto by giving him the leaf headband off his own head. Looking around the classroom, Iruka couldn't help but feel an overwhelming sense of pride come to him. All 27 students in his class had managed to pass. This was a rare accomplishment that he would be sure to rub in the face of the other teachers later. He only wished that all of his class would become true genin. Alright class, I would like to congratulate you all for becoming ninja, the instructor announced. I have your team assignments right here. After I call out your teams, you'll be dismissed for the morning and report back here this afternoon to meet your new senseis. With that, Iruka began announcing the team assignments. Team 7 will be Haruno Sakura, Uzumaki Naruto, and Uchiha Sasuke. Sakura was happy that she was on Sasuke's team, but mad that Naruto was also there. Naruto was happy for being with Sakura, but mad that he got stuck with Sasuke. Sasuke, well, he hated both of them. Hinata was a little disappointed that she would not be with Naruto. Team 8 will be Hyuga Hinata, Inuzuka Kiba, and Aburame Shino. Team 10 will be Yamanaka Ino, Nara Shikamaru, and Akamichi Choji. The class was dismissed. With the newly minted genin given the rest of the morning off, Naruto figured now would be a good time to ask his crush and now teammate Haruno Sakura to grab lunch with him. Unfortunately, this turned out like any other attempt to get to spend some time with her. She rejected him, rather harshly. It was no secret who Sakura liked, as it was the same guy most of the other girls in his class liked. She was an avid fangirl of Naruto's other teammate, Uchiha Sasuke. Naruto didn't like Sasuke, simply because of all the attention Sasuke got and the slight rivalry the two had developed during the academy, although Naruto constantly got his ass handed to him by said Uchiha. Unfortunately for Sakura, she was shot down just as harshly when she tried to see if Sasuke wanted to grab lunch. Instead, Sasuke simply went off to brood about some unknown issue. It was then that she realized what she was treating Naruto like. In fact, this actually got her to think about being nicer to the blonde the next time they ran into each other. All of the genin met back at the classroom after lunch break, and waited for the new senseis to come and collect them. While the other teams left with their senseis, Naruto, Sakura, and Sasuke were left alone in the classroom, waiting and waiting and waiting. They had been waiting for just over 2 hours before someone finally came into the room. It was their Jonin sensei, who had somehow managed to fall for one of Naruto's more obvious and ridiculous traps. Naruto had wedged an eraser in the door, which would fall when the door opened. For Naruto, the trap worked perfectly, and their new sensei was bonked square on the head as the eraser bounced off his gravity-defying silver hair. For their sensei, this gave him a bad first impression. All he really said to them was, "My first impression is, I don't like you," before taking them away to the roof of the academy for introductions. Their sensei went first, introducing himself as Hatake Kakashi, a Jonin in Konoha. Unfortunately, this was all Team 7 got out of their sensei, as the remainder of his answers were rather vague. Naruto followed up. Unlike Kakashi, Naruto basically read off his autobiography for the most part, saying his dream to become Hokage, and his absolute love for ramen. His hobbies include eating ramen and pulling pranks. Kakashi sent him an intriguing look, almost as if he knew Naruto from a long time ago, and was slightly curious as to how the boy had grown. Sakura was next. Like Naruto, she didn't hold back, although she really didn't say much. No, her expressions told the entire story. In short, she was a die-hard Sasuke Uchiha fangirl, who was probably only here to impress Sasuke. Sasuke finished off the introductions. His introduction was much darker than the two before him, saying that he disliked many things and liked very few things. His dream, or should I say ambition, was to kill a certain man and to rebuild his clan. A ramen-obsessed failure, an emo avenger, and an obsessive fangirl fought Kakashi as he made his impressions on the team sitting in front of him. Sadly, this was going to be like every other team. They would fail his exam. He hated to do it, as one of the children given to him was the last member of his late friend and former teammate, Uchiha Obito, and his senseis. Well, I'm not allowed to talk about that because of Sandaime's laws. Kakashi gave his team the dreaded news of the actual Genin exam, telling them to meet him at Train Ground 7 tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock a.m. This test would determine if they were amongst the 33% of their class that passed the exam. Oh, and he told them not to eat breakfast or else they would throw up. Kakashi was a lazy liar. That was Team 7's second impression of Kakashi, and one that they got before beginning the exam. They were told to meet up at 8 o'clock, but Kakashi didn't even bother showing up until just after 10 o'clock. Furthermore, the don't eat breakfast part turned out to be a trick to simply make them suffer more. Kakashi explained to them that the objective of this test was to obtain the 2 bells that he had tied to the side of his belt. However, because there were only 2 bells, only 2 people would pass, while the third will be sent back to the academy. That is, if they even managed to get a bell. Instantly, Naruto began to shout against this, questioning the whole point of the test. Kakashi began the exam, giving them until noon to take the bells from him. As soon as he started, Sakura and Sasuke darted off into the trees to conceal themselves like a true ninja would. As for the third member of the team, well... "Come and fight me," declared Naruto, not even bothering to hide himself. Baka! Both Sasuke and Sakura fought, observing Naruto from their hiding spots. Naruto charged at the one-eyed Jonin, only to halt when Kakashi reached into his back pouch for what seemed like a weapon. To Naruto's slight disappointment, it was an orange-colored book titled Icha Paradise. After overcoming his initial confusion, Naruto resumed his attack, hoping to teach the Jonin a lesson for underestimating him. Kakashi managed to dodge every single blow with minimal effort, if even that, not even having to take his eye off the book. "A ninja isn't supposed to get caught from behind, idiot," Kakashi said, appearing in a crouching position behind Naruto. Kakashi made a quick hand seal as Naruto tried to react in time. Too late. Hidden technique. 1,000 years of pain. Naruto was sent flying while Sakura and Sasuke just looked on in embarrassment. All Kakashi had really done was poke Naruto in the ass, sending him flying into the stream in the train ground. "You sure are weak for someone wanting to become Hokage," taunted Kakashi, as it became obvious that the blonde wasn't servicing anytime soon. "Shut it, you! I'm going to make you acknowledge me," shouted Naruto as half a dozen Narutos burst out of the water. For the first time since meeting his team, Kakashi was actually slightly surprised. Even Sasuke and Sakura were amazed by the fact that Naruto had managed to pull off this many clones. And not just normal clones, but physical ones. "You still can't beat me with that jutsu," Kakashi said, as the 8 Narutos charged at Kakashi. Before he knew it, a 7th Naruto had grabbed Kakashi from behind. "Weren't ninjas not supposed to get caught from behind? Right, Kakashi-sensei?" Naruto said ironically. "Here comes revenge for poking my ass like that." Even Sasuke admitted that Naruto had come up with a decent plan. Naruto made a fist and punched Kakashi, only to realize that he had punched one of his clones. Before anyone knew what was happening, the Narutos were beating each other up. Kakashi had used a substitution jutsu to get out of that mess. Naruto spent the next few minutes trying to find where Kakashi went. To his delight, he found one of the bells sitting by the base of a tree. He dropped the bell, Naruto said, reaching for the bell. Next thing he knew, he was pulled into the air by a rope. He had just walked right into a trap. Kakashi then appeared and picked up the bell. One down, two to go. Seeing his opening, Sasuke unleashed a barrage of shuriken upon Kakashi. All of them hit their mark as Kakashi was pinned into a nearby tree with half a dozen shurikens sticking out of his head. Poof! Kakashi turned into a log, using a substitution jutsu to avoid any damage. Sasuke was cursing as he had just given up his position. Panicking, Sasuke bolted out of his hiding spot as Sakura did the same, not wanting to lose sight of her crush. Sakura quickly lost sight of Sasuke, only to find herself in Kakashi's trap. "Hello, Sakura," said Kakashi, appearing behind her as she was caught in a swirl of leaves. The next scene Sakura saw was a beaten and bruised Sasuke, crawling out of the bushes. Roughly a few dozen kunai and shurikens sticking out of his body. And then he collapsed to the ground, dead. Sakura cried out in horror as she lost consciousness due to the genjutsu placed on her. 2 down, 1 Uchiha left. Kakashi moved to the next clearing, tripping a wire and sending a barrage of knives at him. He easily dodged the trap that Sasuke must have set for him. When Kakashi recovered, he quickly found himself engaged in a taijutsu battle with Sasuke. Kakashi easily repelled Sasuke's attacks, and Sasuke was forced to resort to something Kakashi really was not expecting. "Fire style! Great fireball jutsu!" shouted Sasuke. Getting fresh out of the academy weren't supposed to know jutsu on this level. It was surprising that Naruto knew the Shadow Clone jutsu, but the fact that Sasuke also knew an advanced jutsu, he was beginning to hate the fact that he would be forced to fail them in less than an hour now. The flames died down and Sasuke couldn't see any sign of Kakashi anywhere. That is until a pair of arms came shooting up out of the ground, dragging Sasuke into the ground so that he was buried up to his head. 3 down. Shortly after, the 3 academy students found themselves back at the post with Kakashi facing them. Sasuke and Sakura were sitting against 2 posts, and Naruto had somehow managed to get himself tied to 1 post. Kakashi gave them a quick lecture about not working together, emphasizing his point by telling Sakura to kill Naruto or he would kill Sasuke. He didn't actually mean it, but it was just to help prove his point. Kakashi agreed to give the 3 one more chance as long as they did not share their lunch with Naruto. After much complaining, Sasuke decided to go against Kakashi's rule and offered Naruto his lunch. Sakura quickly followed, and Kakashi caught them in the act. The 3 of them prepared themselves for the punishment, and Kakashi delivered. They passed. They were now officially ninja of Konoha. Yui Kurenai had been assigned to teammate consisting of Hinata, Shino, and Kiba. Like the other Jonin, she had been tasked with determining whether or not her team had the potential to become an actual team of shinobi. Hinata was the current heir of the Hyuga clan, currently the most powerful clan in Konoha. However, her father had labeled her as a failure due to her lack of skills and her shy and timid nature. As such, her father Hiyashi had assigned Kurenai to watch over Hinata since a few years ago, while he shifted most of his attention to his younger daughter, Hanabi. Kurenai wasn't too fond of the treatment Hinata had received at home, and she was sure her father still cared for his daughter. However, clan politics had gotten in the way of what's best for Hinata. Kurenai took this as a challenge, determined to make Hinata into a kunoichi that the Hyuga clan would regret casting aside. It was for this sole reason that she would most likely pass her team even before she tested them. Kiba was the younger of the 2 children in the Inuzuka's main family. For years, the Inuzukas were renowned for Konoha for producing some of the best hunter ninjas in the shinobi world. Their relationships with dogs made them ideal for tracking, and their own senses were more beast-like as well. Kiba's own sense of smell was about 100 times more powerful than humans. Not nearly as strong as a dog's, but still. Shino was the final member of her team. He was the clan heir to the Aburame clan. The Aburame were, in a sense, outcasted by some of the population of Konoha, as they lived in symbiosis with insects, allowing the insects to live inside their own body. However, much of the shinobi population knew of the potential the Aburames possessed, and as such, they had a great deal of respect for the clan. Shino's knowledge of the insect world and ability to make use of the faint chemical signals found in insect pheromones made him a valuable member in a team that was destined to become a great tracking team, if not the best. Kurenai saw the potential in this team to be great. She would put very little effort in testing them, as she was pretty much set on passing them the moment she was assigned this team. Sarutobi Asuma had been assigned to the clan heirs of the Yamanaka, Nara, and Akamichi clans, as per tradition. Ino, Shikamaru, and Choji were the selected members of each clan who were destined to form the next generation of the Ino Shika Cho trio, Konoha's legendary combo rivaled only by the Raikage and his brother in terms of teamwork. Ino was, and still was, one of Sasuke's biggest fangirls. Like all the other Sasuke fangirls, this held back her own potential. If she could just focus on her shinobi career and less on the last Uchiha, she would be one hell of a kunoichi. Shikamaru, like the rest of the male populace in his clan, was extremely lazy yet possessed superior intelligence that was seen nowhere else. Like Ino, Shikamaru had immense potential, but he held himself back, as it would be too much effort for him to care about much else. Choji was the final member of his team. Choji was the heir of the Akamichi clan. The main problem with Choji, however, is that he cared more for food than shinobi training. Sadly, this was common in the Akamichi clan. Asuma would likely pass this team as well without much evaluation. He knew the three of them were destined to work together like the generations before them. All he had to do was to get them out of their own little worlds and have them start working together. Once that happened, his team would be a force to be reckoned with. Sarutobi Hiruzen, the Sandaime Hokage, gathered all of the Jonin instructors assigned to this year's class. Like in the past, there was only about a 33% pass rate for all of the teams. In particular, the most notable team that passed was Kakashi's team. He had been assigned to test Genin teams for the past 7 years, and all of them had failed miserably. However, this team had managed to pass. Many Jonin credit to the fact that the Uchiha was assigned to him. Out of the nearly 1,000 students who graduated this year, only 300 or 100 teams were actually going to become Genin. And that is the end of Chapter 1. Alright, so now we're going to move on to Chapter 2, and this is where canon's going to slightly deviate in this fanfic with a certain exercise that Naruto and company probably should have learned before the Land of Waves. But I'm getting ahead of myself, so let's get into Chapter 2, A Ninja, finally. Here we go. Chapter 2, A Ninja. Finally! Naruto woke early the next morning. He had finally done it. He was now officially a ninja. Yesterday, he and his team, Sakura Haruno and Sasuke Teme Uchiha, had passed the True Genin exam, and they were slated to start as true ninja today. Naruto went through his usual morning routine before leaving his apartment to meet up with his team. Meeting up at the train ground, he found that Sasuke and Sakura had already arrived, but Kakashi was nowhere to be seen. He remembered from the past 2 days that Kakashi had been late by at least 2 hours. Hopefully, this wouldn't be a regular occurrence. Sadly, it was... "You're late!" shouted Naruto and Sakura simultaneously as Kakashi arrived 2 hours late. "Sorry guys, you see, there was this old lady who needed help crossing the street, and then she needed help." Kakashi was interrupted. "Can it!" shouted Sakura. "Yeah, come on sensei, what sort of cool ninja stuff are we going to be doing today?" asked Naruto. "Well, someone looks eager to get started, so we will. Today, we will be working on your teamwork," said Kakashi. "Huh?" All three of them looked at Kakashi with a dumbfounded look. "Why do we need to do that? Come on, we're ninja now. Can't we just either get an exciting mission or a cool new jutsu?" asked Naruto. "No, not today anyways. I told you yesterday that the three of you will be working together in a team. So, we will work on making sure the three of you can work together," said Kakashi. "But come on Kakashi, we're ninja now," argued Naruto. "No buts. You are ninja, and as ninja, you need to work together in teams," explained Kakashi. "Do you have a problem, or would you rather go back to the academy?" No. Teamwork is great," said Naruto sarcastically. For the rest of the week, Kakashi had them working on simple trust exercises, such as throwing a ball back and forth blindfolded, or having someone guide another around a course while the one being guided was blindfolded. For the most part, these exercises went smooth. For the first hour, that is. There came a point every time when Naruto would become fed up with the exercise and slip up somehow, creating tension within the group. Most of this tension was between him and Sasuke, with Sakura siding with Sasuke always. As such, the exercise would go downhill from there. Kakashi sighed at his team's progress. Perhaps a mission might help things out. He had the right mission in mind that was designed to serve as a good first mission and help build teamwork. "Is everyone in position?" Kakashi called out through the wireless radios his team were wearing. "I'm ready," called out Sakura. "I'm in position," said Sasuke. "I'm here," replied Naruto. "Alright, where's the target?" asked Kakashi. "Target is 5 meters. We are ready to go," said Sasuke. "Alright, on my mark. Go!" ordered Kakashi. With that, the three newly minted gang dove forward on their target. Naruto came up the one to catch it, although he was wishing he hadn't. Their target just so happened to be a pretty angry cat, known around the village as Tora, the fire daimyo's wife's pet and the demon cat of the leaf. Team 7 reported that they had caught the intended cat, indicating that it had a pink ribbon on its ear. They quickly made their way back to the Konoha mission hall, and Naruto couldn't get rid of the cat any sooner. By the time Tora was back in the suffocating arms of its owner, Naruto's face looked like it had been put through a blender 5 times over. Kakashi called that enough for the day, citing Naruto's health as an excuse to dismiss his team for the day and to read his book. Before leaving, Iruka, who had been stationed to give out missions that day, asked Naruto if he wanted to get ramen later. Naruto gratefully accepted Iruka's offer. "So, Naruto, tell me, how was your first week of being a ninja?" asked Iruka. "You know, I thought it would be better, but all Kakashi-sensei has us doing are stupid teamwork exercises, and then we get that mission," said Naruto, rubbing his face. "My face still hurts." "Ah yes, the infamous Capture Tora mission," said Iruka. "Wait, did you have to do that mission as well?" asked Naruto. Iruka cringed a little as he recalled the full memory. "Yeah, that cat has a history of getting away from its owner." Naruto laughed. "I can see why. That lady was practically suffocating the cat. Serves it right," said Naruto. "Now, Naruto, be nice. That lady is the wife of the fire daimyo, and you won't believe how much money that cat brings into the village," said Iruka. Naruto looked at Iruka a little confused. "Alright, I'll explain. People hire ninja to do tasks ranging from catching a pet cat, all the way up to assassinations. We assign a ninja team to these missions based on the assigned ranking, and the clients pay us a commission. out of the commission paid, you get a certain amount of it, as well as the rest of your team, and the village takes its cut. This is the main way a ninja village makes money, through the service of our ninja. The price of a mission depends on a few things, but the two main factors are the intended length of the mission and the assigned difficulty. Now, missions are assigned a difficulty rank ranging from D all the way to S. As a genin, you will only be doing D ranks for now, but you may get a C rank or two in the future once you begin to prove yourself. Do you understand? Yeah, I guess. But still, said Naruto. Iruka laughed. Don't worry, everyone has to go through D ranks. Think of it as a rite of passage that every ninja has to take. Eventually, there will be other ninja doing those missions, and you'll be doing things more exciting. Just stick with what you're given for now, and eventually your time will come, said Iruka. Yeah, you're right. Besides, they can't all be as bad as catching that stupid cat. Just you watch. In no time, I'll be kicking ass and saving nations. Datebayo! Exclaimed Naruto. Naruto was walking back from his daily training session. It had been just over a month since he became a ninja. His current schedule consisted of alternating between missions on one day and training on the other day, with a personal day for rest or whatever every week. Now, this wouldn't have been so bad if it hadn't been for the missions they were stuck doing, or the training, if it was even that Kakashi had them doing. The missions were more of chores. In the past month, his team had accomplished 10 D ranks, which consisted of menial tasks such as painting fences, weeding gardens, delivering baked goods, picking up trash, and the worst of them all, catching that damned cat. Sure, Iruka-sensei told him a few weeks ago just to put up with them, but this seems just like a waste of his amazing ninja talents. It was also on these missions where he always seemed to screw up somehow, and as a result, Sasuke had to come to his rescue, causing Sakura to fawn even more over Sasuke for acting so cool and heroic. Naruto would then get yelled at, usually by Sakura, for not taking things seriously. Well, perhaps if he was taken more seriously and given something that an actual ninja would do, then he would actually take the mission more seriously. If the missions were enough, the training just made it worse. After getting out of the academy, Naruto was expecting to learn some really cool jutsu and ninja techniques, but Kakashi had them working on nothing more than team building exercises. Today was an exercise where Kakashi had one of them blindfold the other, and the non-blindfolded person would guide the blindfolded person around, directing them away from danger. Everything had started alright. He had been tasked with guiding a blindfolded Sasuke around an obstacle course in less than 15 minutes. Sure, he might have steered Sasuke into a few trees or off a log once or twice on accident, but that didn't warrant what he received when he and Sasuke swapped places. It only took about 5 minutes before Sasuke guided Naruto into the river, soaking him. From there, everything went downhill and the two boys ended up in a little bit of a fight, with Sasuke coming out on top. Naruto cursed his misfortune being stuck with Sasuke Teme and a sensei that couldn't care less for his career as a ninja. If Naruto was having a bad day, then Sasuke's wasn't much better. These menial D ranks were starting to get on his nerves as well. He needed to become stronger so that he could accomplish his goals, and these general labor tasks were not doing anything. In fact, if it wasn't for the Dobie and the obsessive fangirl, he could probably get them done faster and use the rest of the day to get in some useful training. But sadly, that wasn't the case. During those missions, Naruto would usually find some way to mess up, and he would be forced to save the blonde. However, Naruto wasn't the worst. At the very least, Naruto was trying, to some degree. He had to give him that. Sakura, on the other hand, was the worst of his two teammates. He hated how her attention was always focused on him and not the task at hand. If she would put even half the effort into the mission or bettering herself as a shinobi, then that would also better the success of the mission and he would have some time to train. Sasuke knew what Sakura was. She was a fangirl. Ever since the academy, he hated the fangirls. They did nothing but fawn left and right over him, coming up with ridiculous excuses to try and capture his attention. In fact, they had even gone as far as to grow out their hair, because they heard that he liked girls with long hair. All the fangirls did was prove to be an unavoidable obstacle for him. If it wasn't for Sakura's constant nagging, he wouldn't have dropped Naruto into the creek. In reality, he couldn't care less. As part of his goal was to survive his clan, Sasuke knew that one day he would have to find a girl, or girls if the village forced a CRA on him, to help him. However, he didn't want this girl to be a brainless fangirl who practically worshipped the very ground he stood on. No! He wanted a girl that was strong and herself. He wanted someone who could stand against him and tell him he was wrong when he was. He wanted someone who didn't care if he was an Uchiha. Sakura was nowhere near that someone. Sasuke could also care less for the team building exercises. To him, they were nothing more than a waste. He needed to kill someone, and in order to do such, he needed power. He needed training. Not this. He needed real training, and he needed real missions to test his abilities. Sakura was nearly the exact opposite in terms of Naruto and Sasuke when it came to these missions. She didn't mind the menial missions or the labor. In fact, she rather enjoyed them as it gave her an opportunity to spend some quality time with Sasuke. The only thing she disliked about the missions happened to be Naruto. He always seemed to get in the way of her and Sasuke. Sakura wasn't complaining too much. She had been slightly nervous when she started as a ninja, afraid that she would be thrown directly into some life-threatening situation. She had heard of the shinobi lifestyle from her father. He was a former shinobi, nothing special, who retired from that life a few years after she was born, as he had nearly lost his life during a mission with their former sensei, Iruka. When she told her parents that she wanted to be a shinobi, they questioned her decision, but eventually ended up supporting her. Nonetheless, there was still a fear that she was getting in over her head. Regardless, this choice wasn't too bad, as it put her on the same team as just about every 11 to 13-year-old girl's dream guy, Sasuke Uchiha. Naruto had just finished up dinner one night after yet another day of D ranks. It was now 6 weeks since his start as a ninja, and he was really getting fed up with the current program. Kakashi still had them doing teamwork exercises with some physical conditioning involved, yet Kakashi still refused to teach them anything ninja-like. Coming out of Ichiraku, receiving some of the typical glares from the villagers, Naruto spotted someone he hadn't seen since the academy. It took him a few minutes to realize who it was exactly, but it came to him. That someone was Hinata. He had always thought of her as a weird and dark girl who just sat in the back and never talked to anyone. In fact, she was the exact opposite of most of the girls in the class. She was one of the very few, possibly the only, girls that didn't fawn over Sasuke. But there was something else. She was also the only one in the class that was never mean to him. Naruto hadn't seen anyone else besides Sakura and Sasuke since the graduation from the academy. Well, actually, he had seen Shikamaru and Choji once, but they were busy chasing after that damned cat. "Hey, Hinata," shouted Naruto. He was just looking for someone else to talk to from his class besides Sasuke and Sakura. Hinata froze up, hearing the voice of her crush coming up from behind her. Naruto? She stuttered, looking frantically for something to hide behind. She found a nearby post and used that as cover, although she peeked out from behind, glad that Naruto was talking to her. "Hey, you still have your headband," exclaimed Naruto, noticing the forehead protector around her neck. Besides his own team and Team 10, Naruto didn't know who the other teams who passed the gaining exam from his class were. Kakashi had mentioned that there were 3 teams from his class, but he didn't know who the other team was, until now. "That means your team passed the gaining exam." Yes, what we did, Naruto. I'm glad to see that you did as well, replied stuttering Hinata. "Wait, you're actually glad that I passed?" asked Naruto. He was sure half of the class had placed bets on him failing, and the other half were preparing to beat him to death when he was the reason for Sasuke failing. I am. I always knew you would, she said. "You did?" asked Naruto, getting a slight smile on his face. "Thanks. I'm glad you passed as well. Everyone in your family must be proud of you." Hinata was happy that Naruto had acknowledged her, but at the same time, she was wishing that he hadn't brought her family into this. She looked down, catching Naruto's attention with this. "Hinata, what is it?" Nothing. Just that my father has always been strict and well, I'm afraid I'll disappoint him," said Hinata. Now, if there was one thing Naruto knew, it was disappointment. For most of his life, he had been just that, a disappointment. However, through experience, he learned that you're only a disappointment if you just give up. If you keep trying your absolute hardest, there is no way you could disappoint someone. He proved this the night he finally graduated after saving Iruka Sensei with the Shao Clone Jutsu. Don't worry, all you have to do is do your best. If you do that, you'll never disappoint. Databayo! This picked Hinata's spirits up. If there was one thing she always admired about Naruto, it was his never give up attitude. It was around that time that another man came onto the scene. "Hinata-sama, let's go. You shouldn't associate with that thing," said the man. He had the same eyes as her, indicating he was also a Hyuga. But Hinata tried to protest. "No, Hinata-sama, he's not right. You can't believe anything he says," said the Hyuga as he took Hinata away. Naruto looked down. He was used to this. Adults grabbing children and dragging them away from him. He knew why, thanks to Mizuki's big mouth and an explanation later from the Hokage, but he still didn't understand. He wasn't a Kyuubi, he just had the beast sealed inside of him. But he told me to not give up. What's so bad about that? Asked Hinata. The Hyuga stopped in his tracks, turned around to see Naruto walking away, head down. Being a Hyuga, he could easily read people, and in Naruto, he saw a sense of sadness and loneliness. He hadn't seen this before, probably blinded by the whole Kyuubi thing. After what Hinata told him, he finally decided to take a good look at the boy. Perhaps he was wrong. This boy was trying to encourage Hinata, something she didn't normally receive at home. Perhaps he wasn't the demon the entire village saw him as. A group of men came walking past the two Hyugas, obviously coming from a bar. "Hey, it's that thing," one of them exclaimed quietly to the rest of his group so that Naruto wouldn't hear. The other men picked up various objects lying around the street and alleys, including a broken bottle of sake, a wooden plank with a few rusty nails, and even a rather large wrench. The men snuck up behind Naruto, ready to beat him as the other villagers just simply watched. Most of the villagers were hoping that the men would give Naruto a good smack or two before some of the Anbu intervened. To them, it was one of the more entertaining things in the village, watching a few people take a shot at the one they labeled Demon Child. Naruto felt something coming up behind him. This was a familiar feeling to him, and he learned how to detect it. If he didn't know how to detect it, he most likely wouldn't be alive. It was the feeling of someone wanting to hurt him. Naruto turned around just in time to see the group of men charge towards him. He did what he would normally do. He began to run. Naruto had gone halfway down the street when he realized no one was following him. He turned around to see those men on the ground unconscious and a Hyuga man holding Hinata's hand, standing over them. It was obvious that he had knocked them unconscious. Hinata was a little surprised that her caretaker had actually decided to help Naruto. For as long as she could remember, he did everything he could to keep her away from Naruto. Naruto approached the Hyuga with caution, not sure if this was some sort of trick. Honestly, I don't really see why they hate you so much. You're nice to Lady Hinata, so you can't be that bad, the Hyuga said. Naruto was pretty sure he had just managed to make another friend. Thanks for the help back there, replied Naruto, not sure of the man's name. I'm Ko Hyuga. Please make your acquaintance, Naruto, said Ko. Hinata hid behind her caretaker, blushing a little. She was also wondering if this meant that Ko would actually let her talk to Naruto from now on. I'm sorry, but it is getting late, and Hinata-sama's father is expecting her home. Perhaps we will see each other some other time. Ko's last remark encouraged Hinata that perhaps he wouldn't try to force her away from Naruto. Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura showed up at the training grounds the following morning at 10:30. Kakashi had told them to meet up at 9 a.m., but they had already gotten into the routine that Kakashi was going to be at least 2 hours late. Sakura had started the day out as she normally did, trying to get Sasuke's attention and ask him out on some sort of date. After a while, Sakura gave up for the moment, but she would be back. Just after 11 a.m., Kakashi finally showed up. "You're late!" shouted Naruto and Sakura. "Good morning. Sorry I'm late, but there was this little old lady and..." Kakashi stopped as he saw Sakura getting angry with him. "Anyways, I'm here, so who's ready for some wonderful team building exercises?" As soon as he mentioned it, all 3 members of Team 7 looked at Kakashi with killing intent. They had all just had it with these exercises, even Sakura, who saw them as a way to get to Sasuke. "We don't want none of your stinking team building exercises! We've been doing those for what feels like forever," shouted Naruto. "I think it's about time that you finally teach us a cool ninja technique or something, right guys?" Naruto looked to Sasuke and Sakura for support, and surprisingly, he got it. "The Dobi is right, Kakashi-sensei. Those team building exercises of yours aren't getting us anywhere," said Sasuke. Kakashi was feeling slightly insulted that they were attacking his team building exercises. Even Sakura had to agree with Naruto, and not just because Sasuke agreed. Kakashi sighed. He was wondering when this day would come. "Alright, I suppose we've done enough of those exercises for now," said Kakashi in defeat. "I suppose it's time we work on your guys' chakra control." "Why do we have to do that? We spent the last 4 years learning how to control chakra," Naruto blurted out. "We get our first real training session. Now why can't you teach us a cool new jutsu or something?" "Naruto, chakra control is very important. Without the proper control, you would never be able to master anything above a D-rank jutsu," Sakura said, after smacking upside the head. "Sakura's right, Naruto," Kakashi said. "If you hope to be able to learn a cool jutsu, you must learn how to control the flow and release of chakra. The lessons you learned in the academy are basic, but they are not enough." "Fine, it beats catching that damn cat anyways. I wonder what sort of demon that cat came from anyways," said Naruto. Somewhere in Kumagakure, a young woman with blonde hair felt the urge to sneeze. As if scripted perfectly, said cat came running out of the trees with a gang team in pursuit. Unfortunately for Naruto, Tor remembered him from the last time Team 7 was assigned to capture her and proceeded to claw Naruto in the face before darting off into the woods. "I swear that the village makes more off of that cat than all the other D and C ranks combined," said Kakashi quietly. "Anyways, today we'll be working on the first of the regular chakra control exercises, the tree climbing exercise. Tree climbing, Sakura questions while Naruto and Sasuke look on with a bit of curiosity. Yes, it's the first exercise in chakra control. The idea is to hold constant chakra at the bottom of your feet and use it to stick to a surface. In particular, the side of a tree while you walk up it, Kakashi explained. He further instructed again in that exercise and they each proceeded to a tree. Naruto and Sasuke took a few steps up the tree before falling to the ground. Sakura had managed to climb the entire tree with little effort. Kakashi noted that her control was the best of the group. They were instructed to work on that exercise for the remainder of the day until they could climb the entire tree. After that, they were to exhaust their chakra as they continued to refine the technique. Out of the three rookie instructors, Kurenai had begun teaching her students much earlier than either Kakashi or Asuma. It was already clear to her that her team had no pressing issues with one another, except for Hinata wishing that Naruto was on her team, and they didn't require much effort getting the three of them to work together. As such, Kurenai had begun actual training with them only a week or two out of the academy. Asuma followed, but it took a bit longer to get the boys and Ino to work with one another, as Ino would constantly belittle them, saying stuff regarding Sasuke doing much better than they would ever do. For Naruto and Sasuke, it was getting late. Sakura had already called it a night as she didn't have anywhere near the chakra reserves that Sasuke, let alone Naruto, had. However, she had accomplished the train after about 2 hours. Naruto and Sasuke were locked in a competition as to who would reach the top first. After the day ended, they were each about 2/3 up the tree. The following day was a mission for them filled with more exciting D ranks. It was obvious that Naruto and Sasuke were getting irritated having to do those. By the second day of their training, the two boys of Team 7 had managed to make it up to the top of the tree. Sasuke had been the first to reach the top, although he knew that Naruto was not far behind, making it to the top the next attempt. The three of them were instructed to refine the exercise for the remainder of the train days that week, until they had it down perfectly. They even used their free day to dedicate to the training. Alright, Team 7, for your next mission, you can either babysit an elder's grandson, shop in the neighboring village, or the Hokage was cut off by someone entering the room and whispering something in the Hokage's ear. Well, it appears Tora has escaped again. Team 7 shuddered at the thought of having to catch that cat again. No! Naruto shouted out. I don't want another stinking D rank. I want a real mission. Surprisingly, Sakura and Sasuke both found themselves agreeing. I thought it was about time for this, Kakashi thought to himself. Idiot! You're just a rookie! Iruka shouted, his head growing to 5 times its original size as he used his big head no jutsu. Everyone starts off at the bottom and works their way up. But we keep getting the crappiest duties, Naruto responded. The Hokage sighed. We've been doing menial tasks for the past 2 months. It's about time we got something more fitting for a ninja. Naruto, it seems I have to explain to you what these duties are about, the third said. Every day the village receives requests from babysitting to assassinations. Each request is written down and given a rank of D, C, B, or A. These missions are handed out to ninja based on their experience. If the duty is completed, the village receives payment from the client. You just recently became genin, so D ranks are perfect for you. Obviously, Naruto was distracted discussing his favorite ramen. It was then that the Hokage flipped out, and Kakashi knew he was going to get it later. But, if you must, the Hokage said. Team 7 diverted their attention to the old Hokage. I'll give you a C rank mission. Naruto was ecstatic, Sasuke and Sakura were pleasantly surprised, and Kakashi was in disbelief. You'll be acting as bodyguards for a certain individual as they travel to the land of waves. Who is it? A feudal lord? A princess? Naruto shouted out. The door opened and in walked a slightly drunken looking old man. You're giving me these brats? Hey you, short one with the stupid looking face. Are you really a ninja? The man asked. Haha, who's the short one with the stupid looking face? Naruto asked, soon realizing it was him as he was the shortest. Naruto tried to charge the man, only to be held back by Kakashi. I am the super expert bridge builder Tazuna. I expect protection until I get back to my country and complete my bridge, the old man said. With that, the team departed the village a few hours later. Alright, that's the end of chapter 2, and we'll now move on to chapter 3, which is called Journey to Land of Waves. So let's get into this. Chapter 3, Journey to a Land of Waves. The 4 ninja plus Tazuna set out of the Leaf Village for the Land of Waves, the location of their next mission. They had been walking for roughly a few hours now. During the beginning of their trip, Kakashi explained about the layout of the ninja world and that there were 5 major shinobi nations. Each of those nations had a corresponding Kage that was the leader of the ninja in that nation. However, the Wave Country was a small nation that didn't have any ninja to protect it, although ninja don't normally bother it because of its size. He also explained that it was common for ninja of different countries to encounter one another and do battle, as missions between countries tended to interfere with one another. Don't worry though, Kakashi reassured. This is a C-rank mission, which means we won't encounter ninja from other nations. It was at that moment that Kakashi spotted an out-of-place puddle in the road ahead of them. As the group passed, 2 cloaked figures appeared from the puddle. They had claws surrounding their hands with a spiked chain connecting them. Before anyone knew what was happening, the cloaked ninja charged Kakashi, entangling him in their chain. As the 2 pulled on the chain, Kakashi was instantly ripped to shreds. The Free Gang stood there horrified. "Kakashi-sensei!" they shouted. 1 down, the enemy ninja said. 2 down. They suddenly appeared behind Naruto. They struck at him with their claws. Naruto was too petrified with fear to move. However, Naruto was spared when Sasuke flung a shuriken and kunai at the ninja's chain, pinning it firmly into a tree. Sasuke proceeded to deliver a few kicks to the face of the enemy. When they got the chance, the ninja detached their chain, bolting around Naruto and Sasuke. Their target was Tazuna. Sakura jumped in front of the bridge builder, ready to defend them from the enemy's attack. Before they could strike, Kakashi appeared and knocked the pair to the ground, unconscious but not dead. Everyone realized then that Kakashi had used a substitution when he was attacked. "Naruto, sorry I didn't save you immediately. I didn't think you would freeze like that," Kakashi said to his student. "Damn it! I couldn't do anything. But Sasuke, it was his first real battle, yet it didn't faze him at all. He saved me," Naruto thought to himself. "Hey you," Sasuke said to Naruto. "You alright, scaredy cat?" Naruto was getting really pissed at Sasuke's smugness until he realized he had a wound on his hand. "Naruto, save it for later," Kakashi said, picking up on the wound as well. "Their claws are poisoned. We must open the wound and remove it, or you will die." Kakashi turned his attention to their client. "Tazuna, I need to talk to you. These are Kirigaku Chunin." The 2 ninja finally awoke to find themselves tied to a tree. "How did you read our movements like that?" one asked. "On a sunny day like this, when it hasn't rained, there is not going to be a puddle," Kakashi explained. "If I wanted to, I could have killed you, but I need to know who you are after. Ninja attacking ninja is something we have to deal with, but their target wasn't one of us. Right, Tazuna?" Everyone turned to the bridge builder. "We haven't heard that there were any ninja after you. We were only hired to protect you from thieves or gangs. This was supposed to be a C rank mission, but it has now become a B rank, if not an A rank. I'm sure you have your reasons, but the mission becomes more complicated when information is left out." "Sorry, but we aren't ready for this mission. We need to head back and get Naruto some medicine for that wound," Sakura said, a little relieved. Unfortunately for her, Naruto had to open his mouth. Suddenly, blood splattered to the ground. Naruto had pierced his own hand with a kunai. Everyone looked on in shock. "Naruto, what are you doing?" Sakura screamed. "Damn it! Why am I always so far behind?" Naruto asked. "I've completed many missions and even practiced jutsu on my own every day. I should become stronger. I won't lose you anymore, Sasuke. With this kunai, I will protect the old man and continue this mission. Naruto, Kakashi said, smiling. It's good that you're releasing the poison, but any more and you'll die from blood loss. Kakashi helped Naruto to close the wound, but saw that it was already healing itself at an accelerated rate. He knew why. The QB. Kakashi just wrapped the hand and told Naruto that he will be alright. The Konoha ninja agreed to continue the mission, but told Tazuna that this mission was becoming at least a B rank, and that he would have to pay the village when the funds became available. You failed, a rather short man shouted in a castle far away. You were supposed to be very strong, former ninja. Getting pissed off at the little man's yelling, one of the ninjas swung his sword, stopping just before it cut into the man's neck. Stop bitching. This time I'll go and kill them myself, the masked ninja said. Heh, are you sure? It seems as if the enemy has hired some skilled ninja, the short man said. And with the failure of the Demon Brothers, they are aware of us now. Who do you think I am? The masked ninja said, irritated. There is a reason I'm called the Demon of the Hidden Mist, Zabuza Momochi. A few more days of traveling passed, and a group of 5 came to the edge of the sea where a farrier was waiting to take them from the land of fire to the land of waves. The boat was small, and it was barely able to hold the 6 of them, not to mention it almost tipped a few times because of Naruto. Soon, Tazuna's fabled bridge came into view, and Naruto had to admit that it was impressive as he stood up to observe, nearly tipping the boat. Again. Wow, it's huge, Naruto shouted out. Suddenly, he was silenced by Tazuna and the farrier. Why do you think we are hiding in the mist and the motor isn't running? We don't want Gato to find us, the farrier said. Who's Gato? Sakura asked. He's a wealthy shipping merchant known across the great nations. He came to our country, promising a boom to our economy. However, after a little while, it was clear that he was only taking over our economy for his own gain. He quickly took control of our shipping companies, the major source of income for us. Over time, he took over our economy using his secret drug trade and some of the ninja he employs. Through force, he now has a monopoly on all shipping traffic into and out of our country, Tazuna explained. The only thing he has to fear is the completion of that bridge. So that is why those ninja were after you, Sasuke realized. But why did you hide the fact that ninja were after you? Because of Gato, the wave country is poor. Even the feudal lord has no money. We can't afford an expensive B-rank mission right now, Tazuna explained. They got off the boat, but Kakashi had an uneasy feeling. He knew that if they attacked again, it would be by joint level ninja this time. Suddenly, Naruto heard something off in the bushes and tossed a few shuriken, just barely missing a poor rabbit. However, Kakashi was even more suspicious. The rabbit was a white snow rabbit, yet it was late spring. Suddenly, Kakashi knocked his team to the ground as a large sword came flying towards them. When Kakashi looked up, he saw a man saying on the hilt of the blade, Zabuza Momochi. Everyone stay back. This guy's on a whole different level, Kakashi said. He lifted his headband to reveal a red eye with 3 black marks. A Sharingan. Heh. So, you would be Sharingan Kakashi, Zabuza said. This shocked Sasuke that Kakashi had a Sharingan, the dojutsu of his clan. I already get to see the famed Sharingan. I'm almost honored. What's the Sharingan? Naruto asked. It's one of the 3 great dojutsu, also known as the copy wheel, Sasuke explained, as it was part of his clan. It's said that the Sharingan gives the user the ability to defeat all types of taijutsu, ninjutsu, and genjutsu. But that's not all. That's right, Zabuza said. What's even scarier is that you can copy your opponent's techniques once you see them. Kakashi, when I was adjoining for the Hidden Mist, there was a page in my bingo book about you. It said that you had copied over 1,000 jutsus. What's going on? The Sharingan only appears in a select few members of the Uchiha clan, Sasuke thought to himself. Zabuza jumped off the tree and landed on water just a few meters away. Kakashi attacked the ninja who just turned to water, revealing it to be a water clone. Before Kakashi knew what was happening, Zabuza appeared behind him. Suiton, water prison jutsu, Zabuza called out as Kakashi became trapped in a ball of water. Zabuza then made another water clone to deal with the kids while he held Kakashi prisoner. Wearing headbands and acting like ninja, the water clone said. But you know what? A real ninja is someone who has survived numerous brushes with death. Basically, once you're good enough to be listed in my bingo book, then you can call yourself a ninja. The clone disappeared only to reappear and kick Naruto, sending him flying and knocking his headband off. Take Tazu and run! You're no match for him! His clone can't move far away, and he's stuck here keeping me prisoner, Kakashi yelled out. As the clone began to move towards Naruto, he thought he was really going to die there. He froze again, but suddenly remembered the oath that he had sworn a little while ago. Naruto charged at Zabuza, only to be sent back to where Sasuke and Sakura were standing. However, he got what he wanted. Naruto was able to reclaim his Flora Protector from Zabuza's clone. Put this in your handbook, you browless freak. I'm the one who will become Hokage one day. Naruto Uzumaki, Naruto exclaimed. Sasuke, lend me your ear. Sasuke didn't like the idea of working with Naruto, but realized that he had no choice. Heh, the clone laughed. When I was your age, I had already slaughtered my entire class. That is how I got the name, the Demon of the Hidden Mist. The Hidden Mist graduation exam, Kakashi asked, still trapped in water. Ah, so you've heard of it, Zabuza said. Wait, what exam? Sakura asked. Fights to death between students, Zabuza said, laying some killer intent loose. Children raised together as friends were pitted together until one lost their life. 10 years ago, the Hidden Mist changed their graduation exam as a result of one child who killed his entire class without pause or hesitation, Kakashi said. Zabuza. It was at that moment that Sasuke attacked the clone, only to be forced to the ground. He was starting to cough up blood. Shadow Clone Jutsu, Naruto said, making about 30 clones of himself. They jumped at Zabuza with their kunai, only to be dispelled by one swing of his sword. As Naruto slid past Sasuke, he handed his teammate a Fuma Shuriken. Sasuke threw the Shuriken at the real Zabuza, not the clone. However, he caught it. What? Another shuriken in the shadow of the first, Zabuza said as another shuriken sailed towards him. He couldn't catch this one. However, he jumped to dodge the second shuriken. Sasuke's attack had missed. Or did it? The second shuriken disappeared in a poof of smoke, revealing that Naruto had been transformed into the shuriken. Before landing in the water, Naruto threw a kunai at the Mist Jonin. It was aimed for the back of his neck, and he wasn't going to be able to dodge this one. Zabuza did the only thing he could. He jumped back, releasing Kakashi from his prison. Great plan, you two, he said to Naruto and Sasuke. Heh, I just got distracted and released the jutsu, Zabuza said, trying not to admit he had been bested by a couple of brats. No. They forced you to move, Kakashi stated. It was now Zabuza versus Kakashi. The two ninjas jumped away from each other. Zabuza flipped through a series of hand seals, as Kakashi copied the seals exactly at the same time. Suiton, Water Dragon Jutsu, they both said at the same time. Two water dragons rose up out of the water and began to do battle with one another. In the end, it was a draw. Zabuza was shocked that Kakashi was following him so close and so exact. My movements. Is he? Zabuza was interrupted. Reading them, Kakashi finished. Kakashi flipped through a few more seals, shocking Zabuza. Suiton, Water Vortex, Kakashi called out, as a blast of water sent Zabuza crashing back into a tree. How? Zabuza said weakly. Can you see the future? Yeah, Kakashi responded. You're going to die. Just as he said that, two Senbon came out of nowhere and nailed Zabuza in the neck, killing him. Out of surprise, Kakashi looked up to see a Mist Ninja wearing an Anbu mask. To everyone's surprise, the ninja was a kid, no older than Naruto. Thank you very much. I have been searching for the opportunity to kill this criminal, the mysterious ninja said. That mask, you must be a Kiri Hunter ninja, Kakashi stated. The ninja agreed. What the hell? Who are you? Naruto said as the hunter ninja caught his attention. Back down, Naruto, Kakashi ordered. He's not our enemy. It's not that. He killed Zabuza, our enemy, that easily. Who the hell is he? Naruto blurted. Naruto, in this world, there are kids younger than you, but stronger than me. Just accept that fact, Kakashi stated. With that, the hunter ninja took Zabuza's body and disappeared. For Kakashi, something still wasn't right, and it wasn't his lack of energy as he collapsed to the ground. The Free Gain and Tazuna then proceeded to carry their lazy sensei's body towards Tazuna's house. Back near the site of the battle, the Mist Ninja was preparing to do something with Zabuza's body. He pulled out a pair of scissors to cut the bandages off of Zabuza. That's alright, I'll do it myself, Zabuza said, waking up from his death. Damn, you sure are rough. Zabuza pulled the senbone out of his neck. You shouldn't be rough yourself, or else you will die from pulling them out, the masked ninja said. How long are you going to wear that mask, Haku? Zabuza asked. It reminds me of the old days. Plus, it is useful in situations like this, Haku said, removing his mask. His face was rather young and looked rather feminine, although he was a boy. You shouldn't move for about a week while you heal. You're so pure and clever. That's what I like about you, Zabuza said. That's because I'm just a kid, Haku smiled. Kakashi woke up feeling something was wrong and scaring Naruto and Sakura so much that they nearly choked on the food they were eating. What's wrong, Kakashi-sensei? Naruto asked. Hunter ninjas usually dispose of the body on sight. How did the hunter ninja dispose of Zabuza? Kakashi asked. I don't know, he just took the body and disappeared, Sakura said, her words not reassuring Kakashi. Sasuke also realized what Kakashi was thinking. There was no way simple Niels could kill Zabuza like that. He was still alive. What the hell do you mean? Naruto shouted out. You even said he was dead. I did, but that was most likely a momentary death, Kakashi explained. He knew about the body's structure thoroughly, and he used a weapon with a low chance to kill. He was there to save Zabuza, not kill him. There is no assurance that Zabuza is alive or dead, but I say we have a week's time before Gato rallies another, stronger opponent, or Zabuza returns. You guys will need training. Over the next week, we will try to make you strong before Gato returns. What's the little train going to do? Sakura said, taking Naruto's place as the loudmouth on the team. Sakura, who saved me back there? Kakashi said. You guys are growing rapidly, especially you, Naruto. So we will train until then? Sounds like fun, Naruto shouted, reclaiming his towel as Team Loudmouth from Sakura. That's no fun, a little boy said, appearing in the room. Oh, Inari, you're here, Tazuna said. This is Inari, my grandson. Inari, say hello to everyone. They are the ninja who protected me. The boy turned to his mom and grandpa. Mom, they're going to die, the little boy said. There's no way that they can win against Gato. What the hell are you talking about, you little brat, Naruto said, only to be held back by Sakura. Listen, kid, one day I'm going to become an incredible ninja and Hokage. I don't know who this Gato guy is, but I'm not going to lose against him. What are you, stupid? Inari responded, saying Naruto into an even greater rage. If you don't want to die, leave. With that, Inari left. Tazuna apologized for his grandson's behavior and explained to everyone how his father was killed by some of Gato's thugs. Naruto had followed the boy who was in his room crying, but he decided to leave the kid alone. And that is the end of chapter 3 and the last chapter of this video. Thank you all for watching this fanfic reading of chapters 1 through 3 of Uzumaki Tales Return of the Whirlpool. Again, I really do love this fanfic and I hope you guys will enjoy this new series. Though, know this, since I'm still doing Legacy, I will be probably doing only 2 chapters per video of this series, since I already do 3 chapters per Legacy video, but I could increase up to 3 depending on the size of the chapters, of course, because these first 3 chapters weren't that large. And it especially wasn't as big as a Legacy chapter, if you get what I'm saying, but that could change later on. In fact, I know that changes later on because, oh boy, the chapters get a lot longer throughout this fanfic, but it's still really good. In terms of other stuff coming up, with Kakashi was Uchiha, obviously, and also some other stuff I got planned as well that I am not revealing until later. In terms of the usual stuff, watch my community tab like a hawk. Follow me on Twitter at MASH4 for another waking up of my videos, and also a great place to interact with me, as well as a place where you can see some funny stuff over there, and some other fun stuff in between. So go follow me on Twitter. Go follow me on Instagram, anime_stage4, for memes and just that memes, because it's Instagram, but still go follow me on Instagram. And finally, join my Discord server for another way to get to interact with me, as well as another way to know of my videos. And you can also see my thumbnails for my next videos ahead of time, along with some other fun stuff in between. So again, join my Discord server. So again, follow me on Twitter at MSH4, Instagram anime_stage4, and join my Discord server. Finally, shout out to my $10 patrons, their names are on screen, and my $50 patron Anguish. If you want to get rewards for shouts like these, go to my Patreon, that will be linked in the description. And if you want to check my podcast, which is on Twitch, go follow me on Twitch, that is linked in the description. I guess all I have to say at this point is let's get to 42k and eventually 50k. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you all for watching this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications, share the video. This has been your boy, the Anime Sage, signing out. Peace, Yorha. 70 Shay closes out. Bye-bye. Peace.
Hi, this is Stephanie Shea, voice actress for Sailor Moon, Hinata, Orihime, and you are watching Anime Sage.